Well, what's up? Um, what's going on? If you're not making sales or you're not closing consistently on your closing calls, it could be because you're still jacked up or you messed up from childhood. Um, hey, my name is Taylor Robbins. Don't have anything call to action for you. I'm just somebody who's done over 10,000 sales conversations myself, actively manage and work with a business in the relationship space. We're going to do about 5 million in sales all on the phone in one call. And yeah, I'm just here to help. And I really love sales. I love business. I love fatherhood. And I just basically talk about whatever I want. And if you want to listen, that's great. So, all you salespeople, when I train our salespeople, um, we talk about sales in three compartments. There's your sales structure, which is the market you're going after, the niche, the offer that you have. Um, the qualification methodology, like how much friction are you supplying in the marketing and in the marketing collateral? Is that qualifying the people? Is it warming them up? That's all like sales structure stuff. But then there's persuasion skills, which is, do you have a great script that is taking a person through a process to get a transaction? Do you have, the skill of agreement? Do you know how to overcome objections? There's persuasion skills. And that's not all of them. That's just some of them. But then the third piece is what I call heart. It's your mindset. It's your state. It's the energy that you're bringing to the table. A salesperson is an athlete. Okay. I talk about this, and maybe I've already said this before, but like, no offense if you're like an accountant, but you can have a bad day as an accountant, right? And you could have terrible energy, but you can still technically win at your job that day. You can produce a financial statement correctly and you can deliver it on time. A salesperson, if they're having a bad day and they feel like crap and they're depressed or they're sad or they're frustrated, they're not going to perform in their job that day because their heart is not in the right place to make sales. So, um, all this to say, heart stuff. It comprises of a few different things. You've got your beliefs, right? Those beliefs are formulated from things you've said over yourself to survive life. Okay. And I'm going to get into how childhood pain, trauma, childhood wounding. And look, I love Jesus. I'm a Christian. So some of the stuff is going to be from that realm. If you're not into that stuff, that's okay. This is still going to help you. Um, so this heart aspect of a salesperson, it is highly affected by your childhood. Okay. Because part of your belief as a salesperson is you have to have a lot of certainty about yourself. Right? Who are you? What's your purpose? Why are you here on the planet? What value do you provide? And if you have insecurity, shame, okay, you're not going to be able to have a very strong conviction and certainty in that area. Um, so I'll speak very candidly even about myself. Um, I had massive issue with insecurity and shame. And it was because of various moments in my childhood. I'm a parent. I have 3 kids. So it's like I've already messed up. So we all grow up with these imperfect parents. Okay. Some worse than others. I totally understand. Right. Like some of you had a parent experience where they were totally gone. You didn't get to experience that parent at all. You had one that abused you physically, sexually. So on the spectrum, like you could have awful parents, but even if you had great parents, they're still imperfect. And so that means that you went through stuff that affected you. And those effects, if they're left unresolved, they're going to show up in your beliefs today and how you carry yourself today. So, coming back to like my own story, I had one of the stories was when I was about 9 or 10 years old. I was playing like hide or seek with my friends, and I hid in a abandoned garage in this condo complex. So it was vacant, but for whatever reason, the garage was open. And they saw me go hide in there, and so they closed the door and locked it from the outside. Right, you can do the little latch. And they just left me in there, and it was pitch black. And I remember being so scared and so powerless. And so I actually made a vow in that moment of like, I'm never going to be this weak again. So when I finally let me out and I walked out, I told myself, I said, I'm never going to be weak again. So in doing that, this is where I pull in some of my faith. I wasn't tapping into God's strength. I was tapping into my own, which also means I'm tapping into demonic or enemy strength, right? If it's not coming from God and it's coming from self, that means in the spiritual realm, it's coming from the enemy. So I tapped into this evil strength of myself. And that led into lifting weights and playing football and doing martial arts and all these things because I needed to be strong, right? But it came out of this pain and issue of just being so insecure and afraid. And so even though I got some benefits from this strength, this false strength that I took on, I didn't actually have real confidence and identity in Taylor, in myself, because I was self creating it and I was not getting it from the source of the creator, from God. Um, so, this false strength, even though it gave me some surface level benefits of getting stronger in the gym and being a good athlete and being successful in martial arts, it also was leading to rage and anger and lust and pornography and all sorts of issues that followed me until I finally made a decision to circle back to this event and work through it and actually like repent and like be sorry that I took on a strength of my own and I didn't tap into the strength and power of God, right? I didn't lean into um the identity and safety of, well, I don't need to be afraid, right? Because God's here. I don't need to feel overpowered. Um, I don't need to take things on myself. So after getting free from that, for example, and having more identity and being able to toss off insecurity and being able to toss off shame and toss off fear and toss off the strength that I was trying to tap into, it allowed me to not strive so much or put on this like stupid male bravado and like, I'm a sales guy, closer, I get the job done. It allowed me to have a lot more empathy and nurture and connection with people because I knew who I was. And so I could tap in and call out who other people were. I had access, I had permission to do that because I'd done the work in myself. So this is a topic I will talk about more, and it can be talked on a lot. I'm actually excited. I'll probably be bringing on some other people to have conversations with me. But I just want to stress the importance to everybody. Like, your childhood and things you went through have an effect on you, whether you like to admit that or not. And as a salesperson, since you're an athlete, you can't just allow your emotions and how you react to things drive how you show up, because how you show up in sales affects your performance in sales, um, versus other positions and where you're at in the marketplace. um, you can get away with that. So hopefully this didn't get too nitty gritty or too deep too fast for people. I'm going to be talking about it more. If it was helpful, if you maybe are like, I don't even know how to navigate what the crap Taylor's even talking about right now, like, reach out, comment. If you have my email me. But let me know. I'm happy to, like, I want to talk with people about this and help people with this. This is something I actively have my sales manager and then myself working with our salespeople on these types of things. And it literally shifts how many deals they're closing on the phone. So, hope this was good, and I'll catch you in the next one.